Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about the next round of fixtures. There's only 4 rounds of fixtures left, only about 3 weekends, so I have to go in the National League, and I'm again going to give you my predictions on what are going to happen this weekend in the National League. There will also be one for Bank Holiday Monday. That'll be coming out Saturday night, so look out for that. That's coming out Saturday night. And also I've got a video coming up as well about the running for the playoff places. So that's all coming up, but for this video it's going to be about the predictions for Saturday's round of fixtures in the National League. Shall we get started? Here we go. The first game that we're going to be talking about on Saturday is Aldershot Town up against Notts County. Now, Aldershot Town are almost there. Almost there. In fact, I'm going to say they are there. Because Aldershot are their 4th bottom in the National League on 38 points. They got a draw in midweek, which relegated Weymouth, alongside Weymouth's defeat, but also all but relegated Kings Lynn, who only have 3 games left to play, and they're 8 points behind Aldershot, whereas Notts County are in 5th place after their 3-0 win against Dover at Dover. They're on 73 points from 40 games played, so it's going to be a difficult one. Can Aldershot be more relaxed than Notts County? Yes, I think they can, really, because I think they're all but safe. I think Notts need one more win, probably even one more point will possibly do it for Notts County to be in the playoffs. But I think they need one more win to absolutely guarantee a playoff place, and I do fancy them to get it. It is at Aldershot, which is going to make it a little more tricky. Aldershot are difficult at home. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Notts County, though, over Aldershot Town, but I think Aldershot will be fine. They will be playing National League football next season. Next we have Barnet up against my boys, the Mariners, Grimsby Town. Now, Grimsby are on a fly. It's 2 defeats in 16 matches for the Mariners. Fantastic run of results. A great win last weekend as well. And against a tough Torquay side. And, they lie in 7th on 72 points. And they play Barnet, who lie in 18th place. They got a win last time out. Comfortably safe now, 45 points for Barnet. Last time Grimsby and Barnet played, it was a 4-3 success for the Mariners at Blundell Park. Barnet, you don't know what you're going to get, but in most of their games, you guarantee goals. To be honest, Grimsby, again, they're almost in the playoffs. I think probably 4 more points will guarantee it. Maybe even a win this weekend could guarantee it. I'm actually going to go for a Grimsby win here. You might class that as bias. Call me bias. It's my team, isn't it? But I'm also trying to look at it fairly as well. I am going to go for a big win for the Mariners. I'm going to go for a 4-0 win at Barnet, but it could easily be like it was at Blundell Park and be 4-3. But I'm going 4-0, which I think will probably all but guarantee them a playoff place, if not very, very close to being. But 4-0 to the Mariners over Barnet. The third game will be Bromley up against Chesterfield. Now, Chesterfield are one of those teams right now That win they got last time out was very, very important for them. They're 6th on 73 points, whereas they're playing Bromley, who realistically now cannot make the playoffs. It'll be a miracle if they make the playoffs. They're only 11th on 59. They've only had one win in the last 5. They haven't looked that confident. Bromley is always a difficult place to go, though. So this is a place where Chesterfield have got to be wary and got to be aware that they could cause problems. So I think that Bromley could spring a surprise here, because Chesterfield are so up and down at the moment. You kind of don't know. I'm going to go for Bromley for a 2-1 win over Chesterfield this Saturday. So it's going to be a tough one, which it might mean that the playoff race is not over with yet. Next we have Dover Athletic. They're playing Altrincham. Dover coming off that 3-0 loss to Notts County on last midweek. They're playing Altrincham. Altrincham are going to feel like, this is a certain 3 points. Altrincham are 15th so far on 50 points, playing Dover, who are on 0 points after 2 wins this season and 6 draws only, losing 32 matches. I'm gonna give it to Altrincham. A 2-0 win for Altrincham over Dover. They are starting to score more goals, Dover, especially away from home. But I'm actually going to say 2-0 to Altrincham. A comfortable win for them over the division's bottom side. Next we'll go to Halifax Town hosting Yeovil Town. Now, as of last week, I think that's the first time in a long time I've seen the top 3 sides all lose last week. Will it happen again? We don't know. I highly doubt it. But Halifax are in 3rd place comfortably. I think one more win would probably definitely. They're still chasing 2nd, and they have got an outside squeak of the top spot, but it is an outside squeak. They're playing Yeovil, who you really don't know. I mean, they're comfortably 13th place, 54 points. This is a tricky one, really, because you don't know what Yeovil is going to turn up. I'm going to fancy Halifax to win this game, because I think they'll want to put the pressure on the teams above them if they can. And I am going to go for probably, I think Billy Waters might get a couple of goals here. I'm going to say 3-1 to Halifax over Yeovil Town. It'll be a big result for Halifax if they can get it, because not only would it possibly close the gap to Wrexham, it would keep them realistically in the title race, depending on what happens later on in the day, which I'll get onto a little bit later on. But 3-1 for Halifax over Yeovil Town for me. Next we have Kings Lynn. They're about to play Eastleigh. Now this could be the final nail for Kings Lynn. I believe it will be, because if they lose, they're relegated. If they lose, or Aldershot pick anything up against Notts County, they are down. Basically, they are all but down. They're just waiting to dot the I's and cross the T's, really. Playing Eastleigh, who have not had a good season this season. Eastleigh at all. down in 19th place for Eastleigh on 41 points. But they've done more than enough with 11 wins this season. I can't see anything but an Eastleigh win, really. I'm going to say a 3-0 win for Eastleigh over Kings Lynn, which will finally condemn Kings Lynn to relegation. So all relegation places will be sorted before the bank holiday fixtures. So 3-0 to me for Eastleigh on that occasion. Next, we have Torquay up against, as I call the spoilers, Maidenhead. Torquay's playoff hopes were pretty much ended after last week's loss to Grimsby Town. But they're going to want to bounce back, and Maidenhead are, I literally call them the true spoilers of this division. 17th with 46 points. They picked up some big wins, Maidenhead, this season. Torquay, though, they are going to want to bounce back from their defeat last weekend. And being at home, I do fancy them to do that. It's kind of one of these games that, Torquay are now like a wounded animal after that defeat, and more or less their playoff hopes have been dashed. I'm going to basically say it's going to be 4-1 to Torquay over Maidenhead. As much as I respect Alan Devonshire, I just think Torquay are now a wounded animal. And also they can be let off the leash, realistically. So I'm saying 4-1 to the Yellow Army against Maidenhead. Next we have Wealdstone up against Dagenham and Redbridge. Now, Dagenham and Redbridge are the only team, really, I realistically believe, still have a chance of a playoff place. And I think that Wealdstone are one of the more difficult bottom half sides, especially at home. This is a tricky one because Dagenham need to win this to keep any hope of a playoff place, in my honest opinion. If they don't win this, I really can't see them getting a playoff place. But in regards to the matches other teams have, unless a couple of teams really do slip up, even though their goal difference is better than the two directly above them, it may not even come to that. So I think Dagenham need a result, but that can also make them dangerous. Can also make them very dangerous. I am going to basically say Dagenham and Redbridge will win this game, but I'm not going to say there's going to be a lot of goals in this, as in between them. I'm going to go for a Dagenham win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Dagenham and Redbridge win over Wealdstone. They need it and really need to hope that results go their way to really give themselves a realistic chance of the playoffs. But they still want to have that chance with 3 games remaining. Can they get it? We'll find out Saturday. Next game will be Weymouth hosting playoff chasing Solihull Moors. Solihull, again, they're one of those teams that are very, very nearly there. But Weymouth are basically now, they're going to be let loose. They got relegated as of last week. So they've got absolutely nothing to lose. This is not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination for Solihull. They're still chasing a top 3 finish. So they're going to want a result. I do fancy them to get one, and a fairly comfortable one, but that's just my opinion. But Weymouth, like I said, they can basically just have a good go and see what happens. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Solihull Moors against Weymouth, especially if they score early. I fancy Solihull to get a win there. I fancy most of the playoff sides to win on Saturday, but that one I think could be one of the more comfortable ones. 3-0 for Solihull there over Weymouth. And Wrexham, with Wrexham, they either score a shed load of goals or they hardly score at all. 6-1 in midweek over Weymouth to relegate them. They're hosting Southend. Again, a team that really haven't got anything to play for, so it makes them quite dangerous. It depends on what Wrexham turns up. If Wrexham turn up and play with the gas on, shall we say, that they'll romp through this. If they don't, Southend could possibly cause them a few problems. So I'm going to say that Wrexham are going to win 3-0 against Southend. I can't really see them having many issues over Southend, and that will, if they do that, that will put the pressure on leaders Stockport, because as it stands at the moment, Wrexham are 4 points behind Stockport. I am saying by the time Stockport play in the evening game on Saturday, Wrexham will be a point behind Stockport. Stockport are top on 85 points, while they, of course, Stockport are playing the late game against Boreham Wood. Now, Boreham Wood, haven't they just blown it? They were really in the playoff race, before the Everton FA Cup tie, and I don't know what's happened. They've just lost their heads entirely. And with it being at Stockport, I can't see Stockport losing to Boreham Wood. I'm going to basically say Stockport will win 3-1 against Boreham Wood to keep their hopes alive, keep their command, shall we say, of the title race. But I do fancy them to beat Bromley 3-1. So they're my predictions for this weekend's National League. I'll be back Saturday night after the round. I'll do a little review of what's happened in the video, but there'll also be the preview of the Bank Holiday Monday games. That will either come out Saturday or Sunday, so do keep an eye out for those. And coming up in the next couple of days, I will have a running video for you of the playoff teams. It may not be who's in the playoff, but where they might finish, so keep an eye out for that. Let me know down below what your predictions on this Saturday's games are. If you're going to a game, do enjoy it. Hope your team gets the result that you require, and let me know. Like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell. That'll let you know when I upload some new content, and I will see you guys very soon. See you soon, guys. Enjoy the football.